Betrayal is a wound unlike any other. It doesn't just cut the skin, it goes deeper, leaving scars on the soul. It comes from those you trusted, those you believed in. And when it happens, it feels as if the ground beneath your feet has given way. But listen carefully, this pain, this heartbreak, is not your downfall, it is your awakening. When someone betrays you, they are not telling a story about you. They are revealing a truth about themselves, a truth that sooner or later they will have to face. The hands that once held trust but chose to shatter it will one day tremble under the weight of their own actions. Because life does not forget, the universe does not overlook. Karma is silent, patient, and inevitable. You don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to seek revenge. Life has a way of setting the scales right. Those who deceive, manipulate, and wound others always meet their own reflections in the end. But your focus should not be on them. Your focus should be on healing, on growth, on becoming so strong that their betrayal becomes nothing more than a chapter in your story. A chapter that only made you wiser, stronger, and more resilient. One day you will look back and realize that their betrayal did not break you. It freed you. It set you on a path that they could never walk, a path they will regret not standing beside you on. So stand tall. Watch, not with anger, but with the quiet confidence of someone who knows. What goes around always, always comes around. Betrayal is a mirror. Betrayal is one of the deepest wounds a person can experience. It does not come from strangers or enemies. It comes from those we trust, those we hold close. That is what makes it so painful. It is not just about what was done, it is about who did it. The sting of betrayal is not in the act itself, but in the breaking of the illusion that someone cared, that they were loyal, that they were who you believed them to be. But here is the truth. Betrayal is never a reflection of you. It is a mirror that reflects who they truly are. When someone betrays you, they do not change you. They reveal themselves. They expose their own character, their own weaknesses, their own lack of integrity. Often we take betrayal personally. We ask ourselves what we did wrong, why we were not enough, why we didn't see it coming. But the moment you step back and see betrayal for what it truly is, you understand that it has nothing to do with you. You did not fail, you did not lack, you did not deserve it. The betrayer simply followed their nature, their impulses, their flaws. It is about them, not about you. Think of it this way. A liar does not lie because you are unworthy of the truth. A cheater does not cheat because you are unworthy of loyalty. A traitor does not betray because you are undeserving of trust. They do these things because that is who they are. That is their nature. A mirror does not lie. It simply reflects what stands before it. This realization is painful at first, but in time it becomes freeing. Because once you understand that betrayal is not a statement about you, but about the one who betrayed, you no longer carry the burden of their actions. You stop wondering if you could have done something differently. You stop blaming yourself. You stop letting their choices define your worth. You shift your perspective from "why did they do this to me" to "this is who they are and I am better off without them." Betrayal is painful, yes, but it is also clarifying. It removes the masks people wear. It separates the genuine from the false. It forces you to see people as they truly are, not as you wished them to be. And in that revelation, there is power. There is wisdom. There is freedom. At first you may feel broken, you may feel lost, but eventually you will realize that being betrayed is not the worst thing that could happen. The worst thing would have been to continue trusting someone who never deserved your trust. The worst thing would have been to keep believing in someone who was never truly loyal to you. The worst thing would have been to allow them to remain in your life, thinking they had a place by your side when all along they were working against you. So let betrayal be your teacher. Let it open your eyes. Let it show you who is real and who is not. And most importantly, let it remind you that you are still whole, still worthy, still capable of love and trust, but now with a wiser heart. Because in the end, those who betray are not victorious. They may think they have won, they may believe they have gained something, but they have lost the most valuable thing of all, you. And one day, they will look in the mirror and see exactly what they are. Not stronger, not smarter, not victorious, just exposed. Just exposed. The universe has its own justice. There is an old saying, what goes around comes around. It is one of life's undeniable truths. Every action has a consequence. Every word spoken, every decision made, and every betrayal committed leaves an imprint on the universe. You may not always see it immediately, but justice has its own timing, and when it arrives, it is always right on schedule. When you are betrayed, the first instinct is often to demand justice. You may feel an overwhelming need to make things right, to make them understand the pain they caused. You may want to see them suffer the way you suffered, to feel the heartbreak, the confusion, the loneliness. But life does not work that way. It does not give you the satisfaction of instant justice. Instead, it operates on a law far greater than revenge, the law of balance. The universe does not need you to act as its enforcer. It does not need you to chase after those who have wronged you. It has a way of restoring order, of ensuring that people reap exactly what they sow. Those who betray will one day feel the weight of their own actions. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but it will happen. This is because betrayal carries a cost. The person who deceives others ultimately deceives themselves. They may believe they got away with it. They may think they have won, that they have outsmarted you, that they have moved on without consequences. But they are wrong, because no one ever truly escapes the energy they put into the world. Karma is not always dramatic. It does not always come as a sudden downfall, an immediate punishment, or a loud reckoning. Sometimes it works in quiet, subtle ways. It creeps into their relationships, their peace of mind, their future. It shows up in their inability to trust, in their sleepless nights, in the way they are never quite at ease. And while they are caught in their own web, you will have already moved forward. You will have healed. You will have found new strength, new wisdom, new purpose. The best part? You won't even care when their karma arrives. By then, you will be too busy living your best life. So let go of the need for revenge. Trust in the balance of the universe. Justice will come, not on your time, but at the right time. And when it does, you won't need to lift a single finger. Life itself will take care of everything. Healing is your power. Betrayal wounds deeply, cutting through trust, love, and security. It can shake your sense of self, making you question everything. Your choices, your worth, even your ability to trust again. But while betrayal has the power to wound, it does not have the power to define you. Healing does. In the aftermath of betrayal, pain feels like a storm that refuses to pass. Your thoughts become consumed by what happened, by the lies, by the moments you replay over and over again, searching for clues you might have missed. It is easy to get lost in the hurt, to let it shape your future. But the true power is in healing. Because when you heal, you reclaim control over your life. Healing does not mean forgetting. It does not mean pretending the pain never existed. It means facing it, accepting it, and choosing to rise above it. It means understanding that the betrayal was their choice, but how you move forward is yours. They took something from you, but they do not get to take everything. The most powerful thing you can do after being betrayed is to refuse to let it break you. Instead of carrying the bitterness, release it. Instead of allowing resentment to consume you, let it go. This does not mean excusing what they did. It does not mean pretending it was okay. It simply means you refuse to let their actions have power over your peace. Healing is not about them, it is about you. It is about choosing to live without the weight of their choices pressing down on you. It is about finding joy again, about realizing that despite everything, you are still whole. The betrayal may have hurt you, but it did not destroy you. And here's the truth. The moment you begin to heal, the power shifts. They may have expected you to stay broken, to remain in pain, to be trapped by what they did. But when you rise, when you find peace, when you love again, when you thrive, it is the greatest proof that they never truly had power over you. Your healing is your victory. It is the one thing no betrayer can ever take away. So take back your strength, step forward, and show the world and yourself that betrayal was just a chapter, not the whole story. Watch from a distance. Karma does not need an audience. It does not need your anger, your interference, or your desire for revenge. It simply unfolds, silently and inevitably. The person who betrayed you will face the weight of their actions, not because you demand it, but because that is how life works. When someone wrongs you, it is natural to want to see justice. You might wonder, will they ever regret what they did? Will they ever feel the pain they caused? But here's the truth. You do not need to wait for their downfall. You do not need to chase after their consequences. Your job is not to make them suffer. It is to free yourself from the pain they left behind. Karma moves in its own way, at its own pace. It does not always come in grand, visible punishments. Sometimes it is quiet. It comes in the form of lost opportunities, broken trust, or a restless heart that never finds peace. Sometimes it comes when they least expect it, when they think they have escaped it. And by then you will be long gone. You will not be watching. You will not be waiting. You will have moved forward, healed, and built a life that no longer includes them. That is the true power of distance. When you no longer care about their karma, it means you have already won. So let them go. Let life take care of them. Stand back, not with bitterness, but with peace. Because when their moment comes, you won't need to witness it. You'll be too busy living the life they can no longer touch. Your strength was born here. Betrayal is not just a loss. It is a transformation. It forces you into a painful but powerful awakening. You were hurt, yes, you were broken perhaps. But what if this moment was not your downfall, but your rebirth? Pain has a way of revealing who we truly are. It strips away illusions, showing us the strength we never knew we had. When someone betrays you, they expect you to stay defeated, to remain wounded, to let their actions define you. But that is not who you are. You are more than what happened to you. You are what you choose to become after it. Strength is not built in comfort, it is forged in hardship. Every tear you shed, every sleepless night, every moment you doubted yourself, those were not signs of weakness. They were the fire that reshaped you, the pressure that turned you into something unbreakable. The version of you that existed before the betrayal was trusting, perhaps even naive. The version of you that emerges now is wiser, sharper, and more resilient. This is where true power lies, not in revenge, not in bitterness, but in the decision to rise, to take what was meant to destroy you and use it as fuel to rebuild. Betrayal was their choice, but survival is yours. Growth is yours. One day you will look back and see that this moment, the one that nearly broke you, was actually the moment that set you free. Free from illusions, free from false friends, free from anything that no longer serves you. And in that freedom you will realize that betrayal did not weaken you. It gave birth to the strongest version of you.